most fantastic things that we do as a school are the residential trips. I think that they are what make King Solomon High School a really special and unique school. They are really special and they enable the staff and the students to have really unique special bond.
I went on the Barcelona trip a few years ago and it was a totally unique experience. It was different from any holiday in Spain with your family because we stayed with Spanish families, and because of this we had to jump straight into the Spanish culture. We didn't feel like tourists in Spain at all. We felt like actual Spanish teenagers because we went around with the families doing the day-to-day things that they do. It was also really fun because we were with our families. They took us to different places. For example, they took us to places like the docks, they took us shopping, out to eat in restaurants, to a parade, and finally they took us to see a fountain at night. The families were also really hospitable to us. They made us feel comfortable and at home from the second that we met them. It was also nice because they made us traditional Spanish dishes. I think my favourite was a Spanish omelette, but then they also made us churros, dipped in dark chocolate and sugar. But obviously, the main point of the trip wasn't to try food, it was to strengthen our Spanish. And it was actually really strange how quickly we managed to pick up the language. This is because we were surrounded by people speaking Spanish all of the time, and so we had to pick up the language fairly quickly. By the end of the trip, we were ordering meals in the restaurants and having discussions with the family in Spanish with little doubt. We also made really good friends with the Spanish students that we stayed with, and a lot of the other Spanish students in our group. So much so, a year later, I went to visit some of them in the summer. Overall, I would say it was definitely a worthwhile experience, just to strengthen my Spanish, to strengthen our Spanish as a group, but definitely to make lifelong friends.
Okay, I run the Barcelona trip every year to the year 10s, mainly focused with year 10s. The scheme takes over 2 years because before they go to Barcelona, we receive students from Hatikva school here. We host them for around about 5 days. Then we go to their houses. Basically, we go back to Barcelona to the school in there, and they stay with their families. And generally tends to be an exchange of the same student that has received here a student from Barcelona will go to their house. We've been successfully running this trip for probably 6 or 7 years now. It is a fantastic scheme. The students really enjoy it, and I think they take a lot out of it, not just from the Spanish point of view, which is massive positive influence for their GCSEs, but also as a cultural experience and also as a Jewish experience, because we get to do a lot of visiting in Gerona, areas where there's still a Jewish heritage is really worthwhile visiting, and obviously from all aspects of art, culture, we visit a lot of museums, Picasso, Dali, and as I said, obviously they get to know the culture of Spain firsthand, and it's a very limited number of students that can go now because the school we work with is only a tiny school, so they only have more or less 15 students, 20 students every year that come. So then therefore it's restricted in numbers for us when we go there. But yes, I think the students enjoy it and they always have a really nice experience. So yes, do come to Barcelona, do study Spanish, it's good.
One thing I can say absolutely for sure is that learning a language outside of the country where you speak it constantly, daily, is extremely difficult. I know for me personally, I speak Ivrit fluently, but it's only in Israel, and having been in Israel and having lived in Israel, that it really develops. And so our school trip to Barcelona for those students studying Spanish is really important because they live with Spanish families, they're immersed in Spanish culture, and they have no choice but to speak in Spanish. And similarly, we invite our twin school in Barcelona to send students here. They live with our families, they learn to speak English, our students speak to them in Spanish, But immersing yourself in that language and that culture is really essential in moving your language skills on. And of course, Barcelona being such a beautiful city, being a city that's so rich in culture and so wonderful to visit, it's something that we're really proud of, and I know that the students enjoy very much.